premature victory for rival Mario Rojas. So far, at least 15 people have been killed in election-related violence. For NPR News,
and this is NPR News. Australians going to the polls early this summer.
At this election, Australians will have a very clear choice: to keep the course, maintain the commitment to our national economic plan for growth and jobs, or go back to Labor with its higher taxing, higher spending, debt and deficit agenda.
Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull speaking in Parliament today. He's calling for elections for July 2nd, officially kicking off one of the longest election campaigns in Australia's history. Turnbull apparently called an early election. The Senate have repeatedly blocked government legislation. The newest Kentucky Derby champion now looking toward the second leg of horse racing's Triple Crown, as Jake Ryan reports from member station WFPL in Louisville.
Saturday's win at the Kentucky Derby in front of a near-record crowd of 168,000 marks Nyquist's 8th victory. The Kentucky-bred horse has yet to be beat. He's trained by Doug O'Neill. O'Neill has twice won the Kentucky Derby and says Nyquist is one of the strongest horses he's ever seen. O'Neill says winning the Preakness in Baltimore will rely heavily on the horse staying healthy. The horse will be moved to Baltimore in the coming days to begin prepping for the second leg of the Triple Crown. American Pharaoh won the Triple Crown last year. For NPR News, I'm Jake Ryan in Louisville.
Pilgrim's Pride expanding a recall of cooked chicken products. Federal food safety regulators say the latest expansion includes a variety of products that have potentially been contaminated by wood, plastic, rubber, and metal. The agency says there have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions. I'm Giles Snyder, NPR News.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Staples, with thousands of printer ink and toner cartridges for home or business printers, and in-store print shops that can create customized presentations, booklets, and manuals at Staples stores or staples.com. Staples, make more happen.
WMNF 88.5 Tampa. You're about to listen to the Urban Cafe.
First of all, what you are doing is monumental.
What you do is so important here.
I think of you all as giving us a perspective on popular culture.
I appreciate the discussion, and it's a really kind of complicated one.
My comment is towards, I want to go back to a caller called about he had a bed bug problem.
You're the next generation of MNF.
And everybody can do that.
And your real voices and what you really think and what you're really concerned about.
Yes, my name is Brian. I'm calling from Winter Haven.
Yes, I was wondering if we could talk about...
You're bringing it out, and then you let your listeners call in and text in.
But you're also giving us perspective on how it impacts real people's lives.
And I just like to say that each of your topics is so fascinating.
People don't think it's a big deal, but I think that's a really big thing.
And that's what's so important.
And that's the qualitative difference in what you're doing.
The Urban Cafe welcomes your opinion. Join the conversation. Call now, 813-239-9663.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. Hillsborough County, Sarasota County, Polk County, Pinellas County, everybody county out there that can hear me say Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day. We got a live crew and a full house today. We're going to introduce back to everyone Gerald Anderson, who is the author and a filmmaker. So we're going to talk to him today, and we also have the cast, some of the cast member, as well as the director of The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, which is a play done here in the Tampa Bay area. So before we go into that, as always, let's welcome everyone, the crew who's live and pumped up today. Low with the flow.
Good morning. Happy Mother's Day.
Sam.
Good morning, everyone in the ether and on the net. Hey, happy Mother's Day to my mama, too.
All right. Good morning, Jamal.
Good morning. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Oh, okay.
That was a little corny.
It was. It was okay. It's okay. Tina Marie Hollywood.
Good morning, and happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Yes. Phil.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, happy Mother's Day.
All right, and everybody, let's give a warm welcome. Say what's up to my man James, holding it down on the boards. Good morning, James. And we've got Nia in the back holding it down on the phones. Tina, give out that phone number nice and slow for us.
Watch how you say that, Mama. 813-239-9663, and feel free to give us a text at 813-433-0885.
All right, so a lot of our friends on Facebook, we are live on Facebook Live, and a lot of people have shared this video. One of the things we need you guys to do is hit that like button. The more you hit that like button, the more likes we have, the more it shows up on your friend's timeline, and that's what we need. We want to make sure that everyone out there can tune in to the Urban Cafe. Maybe they're not in their home, they're not in their car to listen to it on the radio, because a lot of people don't have radios in their houses anymore, big boom boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe you're on your phone or on your laptop and you want to join in the conversation today, you can always give us a call. Now, this is what we're doing today. This is a big contest, something like that. Today, we want one of our viewers from Facebook Live to give us a call. I don't think we've actually had a viewer from Facebook actually call in live to the show. So if you want to be the first one ever, one of our Facebook viewers to call in and live and be on the radio, you can have that chance right now. The phone number again is Tina,
813-239-9663.
All right.
Hey, shout out to our college graduate Nia, who just graduated USF.
So that was next.
Bulls.
That we definitely want to give a huge shout out to Nia. We had some of the crew members go down and check Nia out, and all of the graduates out there. Tina, you want to tell us about your parking experience? No. Okay.
If you ever invite me anywhere, let me know first and foremost how the parking situation is, because this chick right here hates parking. If it's not done for me, I don't go.
There was no valet.
Yeah, that's how I was going to say. She used to valet.
She's a little bougie. I thought I was bougie.
It's so sucked.
If Tina doesn't see a parking spot in the first 5 minutes, she's leaving. So
Sam, no.
The text
I'll vouch for that.
The text messages were hilarious. Where about this? I don't see that. She's sending pictures of where she's.
That was funny.
Yes.
So let's talk about Mother's Day real quick. Tina's a mother. Who else is a mother here?
You.
Oh. I'm a mother. So happy Mother's Day to my very own mother, Valerie Miller, who's the best, my stepmother, my godmother, everybody out there. So Tina.
Yes.
Did your kids get you anything yet?
Well, my daughter got me this hat, and I did get some text messages and flowers.
Oh, that's nice.
That is a
cool.
very nice, great,
That's nice.
fedora-looking hat. That's awesome.
It
Thank
is. Lo, have you spoken to your mother this morning?
I haven't, and I was about to send her a text message, and I'm like, I forget, Mom don't text. So, as soon as we're taking her to an early brunch, trying to get out before all the church folks get,
Okay, all right. Well, happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers. Jamal has a real quick take, and again, we explained what that was last week, but if you weren't tuned in last week, a quick take is just that, a quick bit of information for you, real quick, Jamal.
Yeah, real quick. The voter turnout this year, it's arrivals 2008, but instead of the Democrats coming out heavy, it's the Republicans. Highest Republican turnout since 1980. Very important.
That's it. That's good.
Okay, we're excited about that. All right.
No, that was actually pretty good.
All right. So how do you actually feel about it? Because you really did feel that was very, very important information that we should know. How do you personally feel about it?
It means if you want a Democrat in office, you probably need to get out and vote and tell other people.
All right, so there it is, people. Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. So, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Give a nice, warm welcome to Gerald.
Yes.
Gerald, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me back.
Yes,
so calm.
Yeah, he is.
You make me nervous.
He
Soft-spoken.
is. He watches Facebook Live, don't you, Jared?
I sure do.
So he's tuned into the show. So tell us what's been going. You were here about a couple of months ago when we did our drive, right? And you were able to give us a little bit of information about your book and that you were doing a film. So as I understand, you're done filming, right?
Yes.
So tell us about that experience and what has happened in your life since you were here on the show.
Well, the last time we were here, we were just finishing the first 24 hours straight of filming, so we were really tired, but we still came in because we wanted to, do this show.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And now we're completely done filming. We're in the post-production. We're putting together the premiere. We just finished securing our venue for the premiere, which will be October 1st at USF. So
So when is that premiere?
Parking. Will you have parking?
There's not going to be valet.
No, it's not going to be valet parking.
So you should just ride with somebody.
I am. I think that's the key.
Buy my ticket, I'll park your car.
Hey, good.
So you're going to make me say some stuff.
So go ahead, Gerald.
It's going to be October 1st at the Marshall Center in Oval Theater at USF. It starts at 6 o'clock for the VIPs from 6 to 7, and then everybody else from 7 o'clock on.
So where can they find this information? If they're not listening right now, we could put it on our Facebook and everything like that. Where can they find it? There's a website?
It's our own website, which is righteouspro.com. And then it's our Facebook page, which is Righteous Pro as well.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what this is about, what the film's about.
Well, the film is based off my third novel, Standing Firm: One Family's Fight Against Domestic Violence. So that was released back in May of last year, and so it's been a campaign per se against making people aware of domestic violence.
Okay.
And so that's what everything has been about. The book has been about, the mini movie we had that's on my Facebook page as well. All of it is just trying to make people more aware that it's still out there, still going on. We're still losing a lot of women to senseless deaths, and so we want to try and stop it.
Okay.
Which is a good cause. I actually just host a fashion show with just bringing that awareness on domestic violence. So that's something that we do need to have a conversation about. And with you doing the film, I think that brings more awareness to the situation, that is something to be talked about. I mean, in all honesty. So.
Right.
So here's my first question for you. You're a writer, you wrote a book, and then you said that you were moved to do a movie on said book. What are the complications that you had because a lot of people know when you read a book, they say, oh, the book was better than the movie, or the movie was better than the book. What, from your perspective, having to do both, were you able to do, and what did you focus on, some of the key points that you wanted to make sure were presented in the movie?
Well, when you do a book, it's like you got the whole world at your hand. You
right.
Can put anything you want to in the book. But when you condense it down to a movie, you got to scale a lot of it down. So a lot of the descriptions that you used in the book to describe certain things, you got to figure out a way to do that in a movie, in a hour and a half, 2 hour movie slot. Mm-hmm. So the script's got to be condensed down completely to get those points that we think are important out in the movie, and still people understand what's going on. And so that was a challenge, and both of us together, me and my business partner Renata Smith, we worked together on the script to get the script down to that level to where we could still tell the story, get the message across about domestic violence all at the same time, and people still can pick it up.
So for someone who read the book, and when they go and see the movie, the core is still, you believe that you kept the core intact. Okay.
The core is still there. Yes.
Good.
Is there going to be profanity in this film? Because, there's a play called The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, and there's a lot of profanity in it. Is there going to be profanity in yours?
Look at Gerald. Do you really think that? Just take a look at Gerald and answer that question yourself.
Because that might, a lot of people might come out just to hear the profanity. You know what I'm saying?
I will search around for parking just to hear the profanity.
Yeah, so what would be the MPAA rating on that one? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, that's the real question.
PG-13, NR-17?
I think because of the fact that we're showing domestic violence, that it should be a little bit higher, maybe like 18 and older.
Okay.
But not because of the words that are being used, any profanity, but because of the nature of the film. It still would be good for young females to see it. But
so I can still come. Okay, good.
Wow.
He said,
what is your goal? What is your goal when you sat down to say, writing a book was just not enough? I need to go further and turn this into a film. What was your goal? What is your goal?
The ultimate goal is to stop domestic violence. But in the meantime, we're just trying to make people aware of it as much as we possibly can. Every chance we get to speak, every chance we get to do anything that we can, we like to point out, that domestic violence is still here. We've aligned ourselves with an organization right here in Tampa, the None Lost movement, that they're also fighting the fight against domestic violence. So we've aligned ourselves with them, and that's our goal, is to make more and more people aware that it's out there, it's going on.
That is awesome. Go ahead, Sam.
No, well, I just got a question. What made you choose the fictional route and not a documentary?
Because when you're dealing with fiction, especially, I mean, it was my own family that I had and personal people that I know, and they didn't want me to tell their exact story. So using bits and pieces of several different stories was the best way to tell the story. It still has some real things that happen in the book actually happen in life, but you still get the point across that it's still out there.
Right. You often hear that, though, that you can put more truth in fiction than you can in fiction.
Right.
So yours wasn't based off a true story; it was inspired by a true story. Maybe is that the difference?
Several true stories. Probably.
Several true stories. Okay.
And that's one of the things, because I think you said when you were here previously that you wrote this in 11 days. It was a short.
30 days.
30 days, okay.
30 days.
You should have just rolled that one out with us. But anyway.
That's a self-aware man right there. He's like, no, don't expect me to do something in 11 days. I like that. You got to tell the truth.
But 30 days, that's still pretty good, considering that you wrote that book. And do you think that because you were able to write it in 30 days is because that's such a place of passion of yours and something that you just been, a witness to, so it was so easy to write about?
I think it was that, but I also think it was just an inspiration. I think that I honestly think God moves in my life first and foremost, and I think He was really moving in my life in those 30 days. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the story that He wanted me to put together and put out there, because I've never written a book in 30 days. The first 2 books took 2 years each.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
So that was remarkable to even to myself, and so I know it wasn't just me.
Right, definitely. That's good, Gerald.
Hey, shout out to the Facebook Live viewers, Kim, Tracy, Jeff. Thanks for getting on early. And I want to state a comment by Bruce Plesser, say statistics on demographics of the victims of domestic violence and how do you influence those people. I suppose he's asking a question as far as do you know any statistics on the demographics?
On the demographics, well, I know the number one statistic that always stands out to me is 1 in 4 women will be exposed in their life to domestic violence. So that's, how many women do we have in
4.
here? We got 4 in here, so
1, 2, 3.
That's basically saying one of these 4 women will be exposed in their life.
I'm a fighter.
Exactly.
She'll beat you down.
So she just said she's the 4th one.
Not that you'll be a victim; it's just that you'll be exposed to it in some way.
Exactly.
So we're losing a lot of our women just because they come into contact with domestic violence, and a lot of times they don't even realize that they're getting into this situation until they're in it.
And also keeping in mind that domestic violence is not just a physical form, it's also as far as your words, because sometimes those make a stronger impact more so than a bruise. Not saying one outweighs the other, but that bruise will heal, but those words, they really take an imprint in a young lady's or young man's life throughout their life, because those words really can change or make or break a person. So domestic violence is in different forms.
Thank you so much. So we're going to take a quick break, but before we do, listen, we have a contest out there. There's about 12 of y'all looking at this right now. I need one of you to call in 813-239-9663 so that you can be one of our first callers from Facebook Live. The perfect opportunity is to call in and be able to wish your mother a happy Mother's Day on live radio. Nothing better than that, right? We're going to be right back. You're listening right now to the Urban Cafe. I'm the host for today, Val Trinda, and stay tuned.
88.5
Well, I just have to say it was one of the most enjoyable shows I've ever listened to on this program.
Well, thank you, Dave.
Fine job today.
My name is Light. I'm calling from Tampa. I listen to this program from time to time. Good morning, and I think this is an absolutely wonderful discussion you're having.
Actually, I just had a comment about the topic that you're talking about.
Okay.
I appreciate the discussion.
It's nice to hear somebody promoting theater as a way to train young actors and writers. I'd like to say good morning. Thanks to everybody at the radio station for the show. It helps the crew and quite a bit.
Every Sunday morning at 9 a.m., just like breakfast at Big Mama's house, we get together at the table to enjoy conversations with food for thought and lots of laughs. The community issues are addressed at our community table here on Community Radio, 88.5 FM. WMNF, every Sunday morning, this is where you should be.
Is there a time more important than now to understand what the Muslim world is all about? Know the world talk you're talking about? Listen to True Talk Friday mornings at 10 on WMNF Community Conscious Radio for Tampa Bay. Val?
All right, welcome back to the Urban Cafe. We have a live crew today. Everybody's here. It's just live. I love the energy that everybody's putting out. And today's Mother's Day. So if you're just now tuning in and you're a mother, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Now listen, we do have a contest going on with Facebook Live. If you're on Facebook Live and you're watching and you want to be the first person to call from Facebook Live, give us a call right now. Wish your mother a happy Mother's Day. Wish yourself a happy Mother's Day. It doesn't matter. Tina, give us the phone number.
Yeah, I would do that. 813-239-9663. Feel free to give us a call and say happy Mother's Day to your moms. And if you just want to call in and say happy Mother's Day or birthday,
That's
that
right.
too.
That's
to
right.
me, give me a call. 813.
To you. So if any of Tina's stalkers are out there, and this is your only opportunity to call and talk to her because she won't answer the phone when you call.
Yeah, I won't.
Go ahead and give us a call. DT.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we're looking to push the envelope here with technology, and this will be the first time we think ever that someone on Facebook watching a show live would actually be on live radio. So we're hoping to be the first, and of all those people who are watching us right now on Facebook Live, it's not really a contest, but we are trying to push the envelope and make sure that we could be the first to say that we did that.
Yeah.
Did you flip the camera on yourself now?
No, I did not.
You should have.
Not that vain.
Yeah, because you sound taller. So.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shots
fired. Shots fired. Well,
love you, man.
The next part of our show, we have a lovely cast that is a part of the last days of Judas Iscariot, that none of them are walking up to the mic at this point. Come on.
They see Erica right there. They see Erica right there. They're like, nah.
She is mama. So we're going to talk now about the last days of Judas Iscariot, which is, again, a play that's going on at The Space, who's a huge supporter of the Urban Cafe. Last month, they were doing Elegies, the play Elegies, which was amazing.
Very good play.
It was very good. So this one, The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, is directed by Erica. Elegies was directed by Gerald, and this one is directed by Erica. And we have some of the cast members in here as well. But let's first, everybody, a warm welcome for Erica Sutherland.
How y'all doing?
Good morning. I always think that Erica has this Jill Scott feel.
She does. She does.
She reminds me of Jill Scott. So Erica, welcome back to the Urban Cafe. Welcome back. So tell us, first of all, why did you choose The Last Days of Judas Iscariot?
Well, it wasn't just myself. Jared and I sat down at the beginning of our season and decided which shows that we wanted to showcase for our first year of our new theater, The Space at 2106. And we both love the playwright Stephen Adley Gerges, and this is one of our favorite plays by him. So what you have to understand is our mission is that we have decided to discuss politics, race, religion, on all of those things on our stage. So why not just cap the season off with a play that deals with the trial of Judas and his betrayal of Jesus. Now, it is a dark comedy. So then we had to decide who was going to direct the show, because we both love the show so much, and we thought about an outside director, and then,
but I refused.
It's true. We did ask Tina.
I was like, I wish I could help you, but I couldn't.
No parking.
No parking.
That's exactly right.
So so Erica, let me ask you another question. I know, and the team has tons of questions, but as a director, when they did decide that you would choose to direct this, what was the first thing in your mind? Because there's this, I mean, if you guys aren't aware, I am a part of this particular show.
Yes.
And to see the light bulb come on and I was gonna say Jill's face and Erica's face is very, very intriguing. So there's always this light bulb that comes on, that I like to say, because her face literally lights up when an idea comes. So when you were chosen to be a director, what was that first light bulb?
Oh, wow. No, that's literally what it was, because you have to approach this particular play in an interesting way because of everything that it discusses. Could it come off as offensive if we don't handle it correctly? Where's the funny? And so for me, when we decided that it was going to be me, my first thing was, okay, the pressure is on. It was not a light bulb, it wasn't this, oh my God, it was like, oh my God. All right, so I'm going to have to shoulder this one. Okay, cool. Because in all actuality, I was also okay with Jared directing, and I could have been like, oh, well, hey, I support that. But that's what happened first. And then the second thing was, now that I have this opportunity and this job, this task, who do I put in these places and these roles that can handle them and handle them the way in which I needed to? So that's what happened first.
Well, and you did a great job at picking some of the cast members. We have a few of them here today. Eddie Gomez, why don't you come up to the mic? Eddie. So everybody, we just welcome Eddie to the show. He plays 3 different characters.
I do.
And that's very, very... how do you feel about playing 3 different characters?
Well, actually, I just came off of the Tampa Shakespeare Festival where I had to play about 6 or 7 different characters. So this was a little, it was a little bit nicer, just to only have to handle 3. But they're completely different characters. One, I play Simon the Zealot, I play Dr. Sigmund Freud, and then I play a Roman soldier.
Yeah. So who out of the 3 is your favorite?
Oh, Sigmund is the most fun. I have so much fun with him. I've got accents and everything, and yeah.
So toward the end of the show, we're actually going to give you guys a little taste of Dr. Sigmund Freud. So he's going to come in and do just a little bit of his piece. So we also have Costello Pierre. Everybody, welcome Costello to the show.
Hello.
I said, everybody, welcome Costello.
Good morning. The mic for him.
I love his name.
DT was just on it, so raise the mic for him.
So Costello, you play how many characters in this play?
I played 2.
2 different characters. Mm-hmm. All right. So how do you feel about playing so many different characters?
It's different for me.
Yeah.
Being pushed a lot. Erica's an incredible director.
She is.
And it's funny because you were telling me the story when you first met me, and I walked in.
Erica.
She wasn't expecting my voice to come out the way it does, because I'm naturally my voice is lighter. My real voice is lighter, but when I get in Ponch's mode, I'm very deep and very tone, just much deeper than it is.
Do that again?
Yeah.
I'm also naturally hippie-ish.
So what's the name of the characters that you play?
I play the bartender in Act 1, and I'm also Pontius Pilate in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just gonna kill Jesus, huh? You had to kill him.
Well, that's what I love about this show. It's a show about perspectives.
Yeah.
It's a show about perspectives, and you really have to go in open-minded when you come and see it. It's an incredible show.
So you play the bartender. So what's your favorite drink to make?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, and I'll be real honest. I don't really drink.
We like it honest here. Because Gerald is here today.
If I go out to get something to drink, I don't drink the heavy stuff. I probably get the sissiest drink possible. If I go to Wet Flamingo, if I go to Wet Willie's, I'm like, can you give me a pink flamingo? Because I can't handle all that stuff. Something fruity.
Well, since he's serving to Jesus, I'm sure he's serving what, wine?
No, he's not serving Jesus.
Well, one thing I think we also need to keep the concept as far as the basis of the play is about forgiveness and faith. I mean, even though there was a betrayal in the playwright itself, but it's really about forgiveness and faith. Would you say so? And what is that? What's your experience of just dealing with that? What is that like?
I mean, just my life in general. I can relate because I grew up in a holiness background, if you will. But as I got older, I started kind of welcoming all kinds of walks of life. So when I say that the play is more so about perspectives, and it kind of makes me sympathize. Like Pontius Pilate, he seems like an awful person, given the stories we've known. But in the show, I've gotten to know him, and I've discovered a lot of things about him. So it really changed my mind. And I think about that in real life. Everything is really to each his own. And you're going to think about it the way some people say, if you don't do this, you won't get to heaven. But there's other people who say, don't take all that. So
right.
There we go.
Yeah, Costello. When he says that Erica pushes him, she literally pushes him.
Pushes me.
He look nervous right now. I'm like, dude.
Just for the people out there, Erica has the sweetest, cutest, adorable Facebook look. She is a pit bull.
She is. Listen, we're gonna go back and talk about what type of director Erica is from the cast members' perspective. But we have a phone call, and it is one of our Facebook Live viewers. So, congratulations on being our first Facebook Live caller. Marlon out of, it doesn't say that. Marlon out of Buffalo. Marlon.
Yes, how y'all doing?
Hey, Marlon.
Good morning.
So Marlon is on Facebook Live every single Sunday.
Yes.
So we are so happy that you are the first one to call in. So what is up, man? Congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to say, I appreciate this show. I'm from Buffalo, DT's sort of hometown. I always support. Gotta show love.
I like him already.
Oh, y'all so wonderful.
Well, we certainly
happy
appreciate
Mother's Day
you.
to my mother, my wife, and everybody across the country. Happy Mother's Day. I support Urban Cafe through and through every Sunday. Y'all like part of my crew. And, showing love. That's all I want to say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Marlon, out of Buffalo, calling in from Facebook. Look at you.
He has one friend.
One of DT friends from Facebook Live. So if you are, again, on Facebook Live, make sure you give us a call. Tina, give out that phone number. But look into the camera.
Where is it? Camera?
Right here. Look into the camera and give out that phone number again.
Well, 813-239-9663. Again, 813-239-9663. Call me. Wish me a happy Mother's Day, please.
Really?
Please.
Ooh, that sounded desperate. It was sexy up until that desperation.
I like to beg.
So Erica, we're talking to Erica. If you're just now tuning in, again, we're talking about The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, which is a play written by
Stephen Adley Gurgis.
Yes, I was going to just say Stephen. So Stephen Adley Gurgis, and he is the playwright of Judas, The Last Days of Judas Iscariot. So this particular play is going to be performed at The Space.
Yes.
2106 The Space, and it's amazing. So you did say that it was a dark comedy.
Yes.
But I want to hear about your experience so far as a director.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like...
Don't hold nothing back, neither.
Oh, I'm not. No. It's like any process. You go in and you hope for the best. Like, you really have these ideas. And, we are a startup company, so there's a lot of things that's all hands on deck. So we are playing multiple roles. And then while we do this, and when I say we, I'm speaking of my team, my design team, and my production team, Gerald O'Rourke, who's my co-artistic producer with this venture. And then I have Thaddeus, who's the designer of all sorts, lights, sound, whatever we need, set. So you go in all hands on deck, and I have all these great ideas, and I wanted to use projections this time because that's a big thing right now in theater. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. We don't have any money, so what do we do? So I had to start changing my thoughts, and then bringing in the actors. And I think my biggest thing, my most important thing, is to create an ensemble. That's the way I like to work, because I believe that the ensemble makes the show. And so I went in, and as always, as a director, there are always ups and there's downs, and you have people that you have to pull up, you have people that you got to pull down, and try to get everybody on that same platform to move forward. I deal with issues every day, issues that most people don't deal with, like the actors don't even know that's happening, like, am I going to have lights for the show? Am I?
Yeah.
That may be, or things of that nature. So, honestly, I really forgot your question.
Well, Jamal had a question, right? Jamal has a question for you.
Yes. When it comes to directing a play, do you first read the screenplay, or do you first watch the play to figure out how you want it to go? What's that process like?
Cool beans. So, I'm gonna do something that I always do. So it depends on what we're dealing with. If I'm dealing with film, then yes, I'm going to read the screenplay. If I'm dealing with theater, then I'm going to read the play itself. I don't really watch. I'm not big on watching someone else's work because I believe that would subconsciously influence my work, and I don't want that to happen. I'd like to go in there just pure as possible and create from that standpoint. So that's how I like to go. And in anything, I mean, well, with film, you've created it all on your own, so it's not something that you are coming from, or you can go to Facebook or YouTube and look at something like that. So that's how I like to approach it.
Lo has a question for you.
So Erica, I know your focus is directing and acting at this time, but in your earlier years, did you ever start out with spoken word?
Yes, actually. Oh, y'all really like to get these questions. Yes, so it's not one before the other. They all kind of happen together. When I was in college, I did a lot of spoken word. I have a spoken word CD from long time ago that I really don't tell people about.
I want it.
I'll send it to everyone.
So it's still there, and I still have people upset because they didn't get a copy. But
she is smiling so brightly talking about this.
But yeah, so yeah, I still do poetry. More so now, I'm commissioned to write pieces for different events, and that's what I do when for
That's
poetry.
amazing.
One of the things. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, one of the things I wanted to just pick up on is that when you early on when the space was being developed, you all thought about just having the movement of theater, because that's from. I'm not very aware of how theater works, but this is like the first theater that I've actually been to where there's actually motion throughout a small space.
Here in the Urban Cafe, you mean?
A little person is speaking right now. So, but what made you want to go to that particularly concept of just movement in theater?
Well, Gerald and I, and also our third partner, Robert, sat down and discussed how we wanted to approach theater in this area. And so with the type of facility that we have, it behooves us to be an immersive space. An immersive meaning that everything that we have in our space is on casters, on wheels, that we can move it around. So anytime you come in, the literal setup, the seating is different. It's not a fixed seat. And therefore you can put the stage anywhere. You can be inside the show, or you can sit outside of the show, depending on the perspective or what the director wants you to feel or how they want you to participate. And we knew there's only one other space like this in the Tampa Bay area, and that's Studio 620 over in St. Pete. So therefore we have in St. Pete, we have in Tampa. And that's how we decided to approach that whole idea. And we just wanted something fun, something cool that you haven't seen before. I love when people pull up in our neighborhood and they're all like, is this the theater? Are y'all sure?
Yes, it is.
And then they look at parking.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we park right there. Yes, you do. And then they walk through the door and they're like, oh my God, this is
that is so true.
And it's really like big city, big city theater, New York or Chicago, or just anywhere where you have a high metropolitan area where you go and you find these creative spaces in the most unknown areas, and then it just opens up. And so we were really about bringing in new audience members to theater.
And you've done that so well.
Thank you.
So let's go to the phone calls real quick. We got Rob out of Wikiwachi. Rob.
Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
I just caught the middle of your show, and I got to tell you, years ago I went to a play in Denver, Pork Pie, and that was really enlightening, and it's a fantastic. I don't know if you're familiar with Pork Pie, but if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. It was really something else, and you guys really should go see it if you haven't. So that's all I had to say.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
so much for calling in, and make sure you tell all your friends about the Urban Cafe and join us on Facebook.
Show, I listen to it every day. Rob Lori every single day during lunch, and we the people. That's the thing. That's all about getting together and making change and working together. I have a daughter in Harvard and MIT, all full scholarship. She's fantastic, and I see all the diversity up there. It's fantastic. You guys got the best radio show on the planet.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate that. So make sure you hang on tight. If we didn't collect your information, Nia's going to get your information in the back. So just hang on 1 second. We're also going to go to Bruce out of Gulfport. Bruce.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody. I'm glad to be a part of your show. From what I know, Judas is, or not from what I know, Judas is my favorite disciple because there's so much disagreement as to what type of a person he was. Was he the traitor that we know from the Gospels, or was he really Jesus' favorite disciple because he sent Jesus to God? And I was curious as to know what type of research was done on his character, if any, or was his name just used as a backdrop for the play, which was perhaps a satire or a comedy or that type of a thing.
Well, thank you so much, Bruce, for calling in. We appreciate that. Erica, do you want to speak to that?
Yes, I'll go ahead and speak to that, even though Judas isn't in the house today, and Judas could answer more of that for you. But yes.
We have one.
They are cutthroat here today, ladies and gentlemen. Cutthroat. However, there is. I can't tell you personally from Judas's perspective, but I know that he has done a lot of research on his character, and all of my actors do research on their characters and the show itself and the story, and so have I. And just growing up in religion and having my own spiritual journey and things of that nature, we all pull from those sources. So everyone has their own method in which they go about researching their characters, and so, you know, for me, I just start to, you know, read as much as I can about the characters themselves, about the playwright, why he wanted to write this play, how he felt about the character Judas, why was his story important to him. From my perspective, I do an overall type of research, and then individually they go in and they start to research their characters, and I know that they're researching their characters by what they bring into the rehearsal process and the conversations that we start to have about, oh my God, I learned so much about this. Oh, I really like such and such. That disciple is just like me. So I know that for a fact that Judas who had just recently graduated from USF in the theater department. So
congratulations.
Kudos to him. Is most definitely researching.
Yeah, Phil.
So I have a two-part question. My first, it's going to be for the whole crew right here. Yeah, don't run, Costello. Don't run. Come on up. Erica too.
To the side.
Yeah, don't do that. So my question is, Erica, you have a reputation for bringing out the best in your actors and actresses. My question is, when you bring that out, is it based off of what you see in their potential or what you want them to do in the play for their particular role? And then for the gentleman here, I'd like to know, what has Erica brought out in you that you didn't think you had in yourself for this particular role? Oh, wow, I thought I was going to go this way, but she's done that way. So that's my questions.
Erica.
Oh, yeah, Erica first.
Let's see. First of all, thank you for that. That means a lot. You just don't know. That means a lot. I try to go and take their potential. Honestly, my goal is this. I try not to cast a person that I don't believe in. Artistically.
Like Tina never got a part.
Oh, dang! It's all over the place.
It's on today. It's on.
Happy
Mother's Day.
Bring it back. Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Obama out.
Bring it back.
I try not to cast a person that I don't believe in their strength artistically. And then once I do that, I try to meet them where they are, just to figure out where they are, and then I take that and I blow that up. Like, I never let you sit and where you're comfortable.
Right.
You must go to, and for me, and also when I teach my kids, and I don't know if my actors know this directly, but I give the image of, you have to walk through the dark alley. You're standing right there. You have to walk through the darkness to get to the light. And so, and that's the push. And that's that hard moment. That's the moment where you may not like me. And I'll preface it at the beginning, like I did the other day. I said, hey, we're getting ready to go into this week. You may not like me at the end of this week, but you'll like me on Friday. It'll be just fine. So that's my job.
Okay. Who wants to go first, Eddie?
Eddie.
I know, speaking for myself, the challenge for any actor, especially when you're juggling multiple roles, is to make them very distinct. So the nice thing about working with Erica is that she really helps you find those characters, you know. And speaking for myself, I tend to kind of get trapped in certain ideas about characters, and Erica does a really great job of busting those preconceived notions. So you really get to the truth of the characters, and that's the most important thing that you're conveying is their truth.
Okay.
Because if you're not playing the truth, then you're being fake, and no one wants to see fake.
No, we don't. We don't do fake up in here. Come on, Costello.
Well,
He's so nervous. What did you do to him?
No, let me tell you a quick story.
Let Costello finish his story. Let Costello finish his story.
Let me tell you a quick story. No, go ahead.
Her reputation does precede her, and we're talking about just as recent as yesterday in rehearsal. Naturally, I'm like just really calm and collected, but Pontius, he's very alpha male, and I kind of think Training Day Denzel Washington. Like, you know, he runs it, and he knows he runs it. He's confident. He's got that swag when he walks. And me, I'm just dorky by nature. I don't. So in the show, she really pushed me because there's things I never do that. That's not me. I'm not aggressive like that naturally. But there was a moment yesterday where she kept making me say the same line over and over till she got what she wanted. But then I also realized in that moment, I was like, this dude is pissed off right now. You know, he's really upset, and this because he's being perceived as something else for doing his job. And I kind of understood him more. Like she really made me understand the process of Pontius. Why was he there? And why is it that he's so upset? Even though he pretty much did give Jesus away, he had some dealings that he had to do, and now he's being accused of things that he feels is completely wrong from some books that people have written from that's been passed down through the ages. Right. I know for me, like, I almost got to the point, I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna cry for a second there.
You can see it.
I almost cried for a second.
But the story is that Erica does that to people.
She does.
But she says, when she gave this speech, she gave us
a discretion.
And she said, if you cry, it's because of you. It's not because of me. But it literally is just because
That's what I tell my guys.
When you cry, you get into a moment where you're like, okay, I'm freaking out right now. But and that has to happen in order for you to become this character. You can't be Pontius, you can't be Costello playing Pontius Pilate. Right. No, you literally walk into the space after meditation and decompression. You are now Pontius. There's no Costello no more.
So that was my follow-up question. When you see that, I know you bring a lot out of your actors and actresses. Is it based off of their potential or for this role? You see what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not articulating it in the correct way.
It's based off of both.
Okay.
I don't believe in leaving you at your potential state right now, like that. This is my potential. This is, all I've cultivated to this moment. I see that greatness beyond that. And then for the role itself, because what you try to do as a director is that you try to cast the actor that can handle the brevity of their role, regardless of what it is. So I have Mary Magdalene, I have Pontius Pilate, and so you want to cast it. You try really hard to make sure.
Let me ask you this: after you break them down one time, do you have to break them down again, or is it just? Oh, really?
Maybe it's not about. Yeah, okay.
This sounds like boot camp.
And I guess that's because how we all perceive it, but it really is not about breaking them down as much as breaking them.
Right, that's
through.
a bad term. I apologize.
No, it's okay because it's always like that. Because now everybody's like, oh, she make people cry, and I don't. It's not Erica making people cry. It's the fact that you're frustrated because you're at your wall and you really want to want to break through it. So the tears is the tension and the frustration that you have with yourself. So that's why I say it's about you. You're in conflict with yourself as an artist, and as a character, you're trying to push through to your next side of your next level of greatness. And so that's what that is about. And so I try to select people that, one, I want to take on that journey with me, and give them a new experience, and two, I know can handle it and won't emotionally just fall out, because this is an emotional game that we play as actors. We're dealing with our emotions. This is a live thing when you become someone else, as we sort of speak. So you have to be able to have actors that can handle that emotional transition.
Sam?
All right, so cast and crew, gather around. I had two questions, but I'm just going to ask
quickly.
I'm going to ask it quick. I'm just a little setup just to make it fun. So the Tony, the Tony nominations came out this week, I believe, right? Sure. Right. Hamilton got 16. I think in every category possible that they could have gotten it, they got it. Does anybody want to weigh in on the brevity of that?
Would you like to say? No.
Anybody? 1, 2, 3. No, but I mean, so not only is it a historical musical with a serious undertone, it also I think is on the same sort of seriousness as like Rent or something like that. You know?
Yeah. So I'll jump in and I'll say that Hamilton for the world has done something great, right? And we have to understand, what Hamilton did, and the whole purpose was that you should be able to place people, cast people in any role, and they do their job, And so because he has decided to cast women as men, and this race or this nationality as someone different, it causes you to listen to the story, because now we have removed all color constraint or anything, or gender blockage, anything like that. We have removed that. Now you literally have to listen to the story. And then not on that, we are meeting people, we are meeting our audience where they are, meaning that theater right now is building a brand new audience, right? Because our people grow older and they transition, so we have to fill that base. So for that, what happened with Hamilton is not only did we do colorblind casting or gender blind casting, now we have also moved into the type of music that we are looking or thinking that musical theater is. We've gone beyond that. We've there's a juxtaposition. They're bringing hip hop into a world. Now when you think of hip hop, most people have a negative connotation or response to that. So now here we go. We've taken something hip hop, and we all, understand when we say hip hop, we have an image, right? So we've taken that image now, that image that we know as hip hop to be, and we've blown it up. We've exposed it. We've made it into something different. So now we can take hip hop and we can put it on the stage and Broadway, and it's accepted. This is not the first time that hip hop has been introduced to theater. It's just the way we introduced it this time allowed for a greater number of people and to hold on to the idea of it. And the fact that colorblind casting is not a new idea. We have just now done it on a major scale. These are not new. We've just now had a push behind it to make it real, to make it bigger, to make it more tangible.
So let's go to a phone call real quick. And if you're interested on how you can get information about this play, you can go to the space at is spelled out at2106.com. We have a very interesting character on the line right now. Rory's calling in out of Tampa. Rory.
What's up?
Hey, good morning.
Oh boy, here we go.
How y'all doing?
How you doing, Rory?
What's up, Rory?
Could you stand up, please? Could you stand up?
See, I'm going to be nice. And look, this is my wife and I, Kalila. She says hello to you guys.
Hey, Tay, Dr. K.
Yeah, I just want to say I love what Erica and them are doing down at the States. I've seen a couple shows down there. It's been great, and I can't wait to see this one because most people know I direct also. I think I read one act out of this play, and I wasn't bold enough to do it. so I can't wait to see which direction she goes with that, and we're super, super excited about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling in, Rory. We definitely appreciate it. Tina, you had something before.
Well, I was going to say, for all the men out there that are the daddy daycares, like Zeb, I know you're listening. I want to say Happy Mother's Day, because just like on Mother's Day, some of us mothers want to take the Father's Day away from, dads and so forth. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to Zeb, Daddy Daycare, and any other guy that's out there raising your children alone by yourself. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Zeb, if you're out there, you want to call in. We haven't heard from you in a
We
while.
haven't. We kind of miss Zeb.
Yeah,
we know we do. We do.
813-239-9663. So to all the Facebook Live crew that are watching right now, you can also give us a call. We only have about 3 minutes left in our show. The phone number is 813-239-9663. So one last little bit. Let's get Dr. Sigmund Freud up here real quick. I want him to he's going to give you just a little bit of taste. It's only a very short little moment of his little character. Go ahead.
Okay, so just to bring it in real quick, Cunningham is Judas's defense attorney, and so she starts asking me about, is he responsible for his actions? Are psychotics responsible for the actions? And I say, no, they are not. For example, say I have a bad bout of influenza. As a result of my bad influenza, I sneeze rudely, but involuntarily into your face. The next morning, you wake up with the same flu. Did I cause your flu? No. My flu caused your flu. I only sneezed because I was sick.
Yay! So,
ladies and gentlemen,
I need that recorded so I can.
So the interesting thing about this, and again, we only have about two more minutes left, and then Lo is going to put up the website on our Facebook, so you guys can go ahead and get information about how you can get your tickets. What I love about watching Erica,
yes,
if you watch Erica,
I just saw it.
I told Phil, because everybody's direction is on Dr. Freud, and I said, Phil, watch Erica,
yes,
and you can see her face go through that exact moment.
Yes.
It's so cool about a director because she's not really just watching it. She's literally,
she almost mouthed the words.
Right,
his
she's
entire
literally going through that moment with you, and I love that about her. She's definitely someone who will push it and pull out.
Eddie, that was amazing though. Like you have a very professional tone. You come out very clear. Like I can't wait for the play. As a matter of fact, we're gonna have to talk about my VIP tickets because like I already came in there recon to where I'm sitting at.
But let's. How long you been in this, Erica? How long you been directing and doing actress, and how long you been doing this? You know what I mean.
I understand.
I know.
For about 18, 19 years now.
Okay, so let's keep in mind, people, this is not an amateur. This is not her first rodeo.
Oh, no.
She's done Color Girls. She's done Ain't Misbehaving. So now we have Judas's. So let's understand that this is something, this is an entity that's here in Tampa, Florida. Okay. And it's like we need to recognize and utilize that privilege and go out and support. These are local actors and actresses out here in a theater that's pioneering different things that's drawing me and my friends to theater. So this is something that we need to get out there and support, and don't get it twisted. She could ride. She could ride.
I have never heard Tina get on a soapbox before and get passionate about anything other than herself, but good job. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tina.
I got you, girl.
That's her girl. You have to do that. Definitely. And again, shout out to the Facebook Live viewers. Again, John, Linda, Samuel, thanks for coming on. CJ Salter is giving a shout out to Erica. Good show, Pete's. Hey, Erica, keep doing your thing, girl.
Hey. All right. And then we had some callers calling.
Yes, thank you so much, Rob, for calling. Thank you so much, Bruce and Rory. Thank you so much for tuning in and calling in.
Yes, so again, you can get information about the space at 2106.com. We definitely want to give a special thank you to Gerald Anderson coming in today. We appreciate him stepping in. And next Sunday, we'll be here again, same time, 9 o'clock. You know, you're listening to, somebody said it today, this is the best radio show, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, boy.
Stay tuned for the Sunday Forum with our boy Nola, WMNF Tampa, the Urban Cafe.
Woo!
From NPR News and
I didn't want to get into like the winter week. See, I know you're gonna have it on US 7, but like you're gonna have it for production, like CDs and things like DVD. It is. So how can I get that VIP view? That's right. What I gotta pay? I'll pay what I gotta pay. Okay. Yeah,
can't say no wrong, can we?
See, this thing, we can say whatever we want to.
No,
right
I can't.
Any and everything. Any and everything.
I can't. Because
Why
I'm feeling
keep hugging you?
Oh,
that's right.
Why are you hugging her?
No, you want him to hug you?
No, you know, that's my on first. No, you ain't light skin. That's what it is.
Somebody told me light skin never went out of style.
Never. Check my resume. Check my resume.
Man, please. Color Me Bad was a long time ago.
Color Me Bad.
Okay.
James, what's up, James? Hey. That's it?
I'll see y'all later.
Thanks, everyone. Wait, Erica, I got something I want to share with you real quick. Can somebody finish Facebooking for the next 10, 15 minutes?
That's cool.
No, don't follow me. Just go ahead.
I'm just kidding. All right, you guys got splitters and stuff?
Oh, there was one.
There was one more headphones. So this is what goes on after the show. This is Nola. Erica, say hi to the Facebook viewers.
Hey, Facebook viewers, what's up?
So definitely want to. The website is on here already. The space at 2106.com.
Come check us out. Come support.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Come
right?
see Val Trenda.
Yeah.
Get her thing on.
No.
Yes.
This is Nola, the host of the Sunday Forum.
What's up,
Down here.
Team Urban Cafe?
And, yeah, we're definitely going to be. They're gonna have a good show, right?
Yeah,
Tell them what you're talking about.
The first hour we're gonna be breezing through Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. We're gonna be taking Mother's Day shout out from everybody. And the first hour we're gonna dive into like
The second hour.
No, the first hour.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna dive into should we celebrate Mother's Day the way we do?
Okay.
Because it's more into something totally different. You know, it's more commercial now instead of what it was intended to do in the first place.
And the
second hour, we're gonna be talking about the gender pay gap.
Look how he booked me out the way. He don't want me to be.
No. That's my dog though. That's my dog. The gender pay gap.
That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a real good.
You've heard that like women make 79 cents for every dollar a man makes.
Right.
You know,
equal pay for everybody.
Is this a myth? Is this a myth? Is this a real thing? Is this a political thing?
Tina make more money than the
Sunday
average
Forum.
guy.
Listen up. We'll be right back.
Right, is that right, Tina?
He putting all your business out.
And Tina's gonna be joining us for the second hour, right?
Yes, I'll be there to give
Tina's
my
gonna be
views on it because I have so much to say.
On the
too much to say. What time, Nola, you said? 11?
All right, the show is over. So we're just getting. This is Nola's son. Aren't you Nola's son? Say hi.
So handsome.
Hi. Costello, how was your experience on radio?
It was terrifying.
Was it really?
No.
Were you scared?
Just a little bit. A little bit. It's funny how I can do it. I can act in front of people, but it's just scary knowing that it's a nationally syndicated talk show.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming into the show today.
It was fun.
Telling us about Pontius.
Pontius.
Speaking your Pontius voice real quick.
What's up, baby?
Yes.
I had to put my bike in the shop, so I ain't got that.
So Nia's here, who answers all the phone calls. She graduated from college on Friday.
That's right.
Right?
Yes, why are you doing?
What's your degree in?
Communications.
Communications.
If you have a communications company, you have a great employee here.
All right. So this is the. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So you ain't even saying nothing.
I just said she has a communications degree.
He's
She's
gonna cry.
brilliant. She's intelligent. She's smart.
Shout out to Dustin.
Good job.
Shout out to Darren Powell for tuning in. And then this is what happens after the show. This is what goes on. We just sit around and talk and then head into the meeting.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
Right, thanks. But I didn't.
I just had one. Gerald, thank you for coming on our show today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You want to wish anybody personally a happy Mother's Day?
My mother, Vermeer Stanley, and then my business partner's mother, Allison Smith.
All right. Happy Mother's Day.
Where's Costello?
CT.
Hey. Costello?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Hey.
All right. So that does it for our show for today. Tune in next Sunday. Let me see if I can do it myself. Next Sunday, 9 a.m. I don't know what we're talking about yet. That's the reason why we have these meetings. So next Sunday.
Next Sunday, we have Christopher King coming on.
Oh, okay.
Christopher King is going to be talking about his events that's coming on. So he'll be here next week at 9 o'clock. So stay tuned.
Yay. All right. That's it for today, guys. See you next week.